everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be playing around with, not playing around, but going back and trying out some makeup that I used for the first time yesterday. For example, I used the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation in the concealer. I'm gonna go ahead and put on some lip gloss because my lips are dry. And by the way, this is a very good lip gloss. This is Maybelline's Lifter Gloss, and I have my shade in Ice. Also, I have two new liquid lips. This is Covergirl's Prosecco Pop and Maybelline's Superstay Matte Ink in Chai Genius. Try to go for a bronze eye today, but that might not happen because I don't know, I just don't have like a lot of bronzy looking shades. Like I like mauves and pinks and blush tones. Went ahead and did an application of this. This is the Wishful Yo Glow. This is really nice, especially if you have like dry patches. It just exfoliates or gets rid of all the dead skin. I really enjoy this. I did reorder this e.l.f. Jelly Pop. My other one started to go bad. I ordered this MAC Fix Plus. They have like different themes, I guess. I got mine in Passion because what drew me to it was the patchouli. I don't really particularly like to use MAC Fix Plus for setting my face, so I'm going to use this as a primer spray. It smells amazing. And the mister on there is a lot better than the other misters. As far as primers go, nothing really changes with my primers. I always use these two together. And I go in with a makeup gripper. Now I stopped using mattifying primers because I felt like they was breaking up and it was looking bad throughout the day. Especially pore fillers, they just don't really last. If I use any type of pore filler, it's gonna be the Causemetics one because I really like that one. And I'm gonna go in with my Vitamin Glow. So I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. Now I like to put it here where I tend to touch my face more. L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation, and I have mine in Natural Buff. I'm gonna go in with my Makeup Forever brush. See how that blends out. So has anybody been watching any good Netflix movies? I started watching, well, I watched a couple today. I watched Lost Bullet, which was really good. Like, it really takes a lot for me to stay interested in a movie because I get distracted pretty easily, especially if the movie's not good. But this was pretty good. And there was another one called The Only. That was pretty scary. Well, not scary, but it was about a pandemic, and it just, at first no one knew what it was, and then eventually they realized it was just affecting the females. So I'm using this Belief Moisturizing Eye Balm. I was trying to read the wording, but it had rubbed off, and it was saying that it helps the concealer blend in. I'm going to use this because I'm still waiting for First Aid Beauty to come into stock of their niacinamide eye cream. By the way, this is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Concealer. Anyway, I'm going to take this Tarte sponge to blend out some of this Pat McGrath, which is, the white is too brightening for me, and the medium, it tends to make my concealer a little bit darker. So I'm going to take some of this powder and do like a little mixture. And the powder that I'm using is the Kat Von D. Actually, it's a really good powder. Who cares about that? They just care about that is Kat Von D, but it's not her company anymore. It's KVD, so KVD powder. And the reason I like this powder is because I'll tell you why in a minute. I think that combination is really, really good. You see how hydrating that looks, and it doesn't look dry. Now, I do have powders that do look dry. I said I got rid of all my powders that looked dry. But this is one that I don't know. That looks good. That doesn't look too bad, but it looked terrible under my eyes. This is the Patrick Star. It's an old powder, but powders don't really get old, do they? Anyway, I got rid of most of my dry powders, so I got rid of my Fenty. Anastasia wasn't really dry, but I really didn't like it that much. The Wet n Wild translucent powder. Did I get rid of my Huda? Okay, I did get rid of my Huda. Actually, I sold it. All the powders I mentioned I sold because the Huda is too dry. I'm gonna set the foundation with the Smashbox Halo powder. And I'm telling you guys, this powder is just amazing. No one uses this. Alright, so that's not the only powders that I got rid of. There's more. Those were just a few that I could think of. I actually have a list. It's the RCMA No Color, the Kylie Causemetics Translucent Collab, ABH, Beauty Bakery, Jeffree Star Topaz and Fair, Too Faced, Ethereal, Fenty Beauty, Huda Beauty, what does that say? Wet n Wild, and Laura Mercier. Now, those powders were either too dry for my under eyes, or they just didn't look good on my skin, and they made me look older. And nobody wants to look older, you know what I mean? Like, so I ended up selling those powders, and they were easier to sell then than I guess it would be now, because I sold those powders so quickly and I barely used them. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that the fact that I sold all those powders and I still have more. It's sad. And this is the MAC Beige-ing Beauty Radiant Matte Bronzing Powder. If I have time, I might go in with a cream, but I just really don't have a lot of time to spend to do a cream, and then it's just a lot. And this is such a beautiful bronzer. You just need like a little bit, and it's stunning. Oh, another weird thing about that movie called The Only. I can recognize actors, especially if I've been watching a show for the longest, which aka The Walking Dead. And there was 3 actors in that movie that was in The Walking Dead. Carl was in the movie. Gareth, he was with the Saviors, and the long-haired dude that ended up killing Ben. If anyone's watched The Walking Dead, then you know who I'm talking about, but yeah. I think his name was Gareth. He was with the Saviors. He was really weird. Like, I don't want 9 cantaloupes, I want 10. 10, that's the deal. I don't want to have to go through this because, I mean, that's just how he acted. Do next. Blush. Even though I don't have the Patrick Ta, I'm going to do it that way. So I'm going to go in with the Almay Healthy You blush, and this is in So Peachy. The one Lost Bullet is on Netflix, and it's really, really good. It's a French film though. I'm telling you, some actors, I swear, you can tell when they smoke. There's this one actor called Ariski. He plays a cop.
I'm gonna jump off a bridge.
Why?
Why is people taking pictures of me without me knowing?
Ooh. Let me see. Let me see. And I'm going to go in with the Nudestix Nudies Bloom in Tiger Lily Queen. I have to actually try that Patrick Ta because I've just heard so many great things about it, and I'm just like, I love blush. Blush is.
Yes.
I love blush. I love base products. I love basically everything. This is the eye base that is just one of the best, I think. Alright, I wanted to do a voiceover right quick because I'm using 2 different palettes, the MAC Aladdin and then the MAC Kabuki Doll. And while I hate using 2 different palettes, it just kind of happened that way because I don't know, there was some colors in the Kabuki Doll palette and the Aladdin palette I just wanted to use. And part of this is a private conversation between me and my daughter. She was in the bathroom with me, and, you know, just some things need to be left private. And while I'm applying my eyeshadow, okay, so this is the eye look that I came up with. It's something pretty simple. Actually, it was a conjunction of 2 palettes, and I really hate to do that, but I needed some colors. If y'all haven't seen the Aladdin palette, it does have gorgeous colors. I'm gonna go in with...
You're not always the favorite, Maya. You know that.
The favorite, but I'm the most responsible.
Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the Thrive mascara. I really like this mascara. And I don't need a lash primer for this. I'm gonna have to stop. I'm gonna go in with this L'Oreal Flash Cat Eye by Infallible. Okay, so I did one with mascara on. It's really hard to do it when mascara is already on, so I went ahead and just did the top. That's so easy. And sometimes I'll go in with 2 mascaras because one doesn't clump up if I keep adding. This one will. I'm gonna go in with my Fenty. This never gets clumpy on me. You know, I ran into complications with the eyeliner. And you see how long it is. I kind of wish I was able to do this one, but it already dried on me. And just the bottom lashes with the Norm. I don't even think that recorded. Ow. So, use a little bit of this Pixie Shape and Shadow. And I just kind of shaped my nose a little bit. Brought some into the eye crease. And right in here, because my nose is not straight. So that helps a little. Now I'm going to go in with the Face Glaze. Strobe Face Glaze Illuminator. I don't think a lot of people know how to use this. I think it's gorgeous. I like to just do 3 dots. Take the remaining, just kind of tap that in. As for the face glaze, I just use a brush. So I have to take a highlighter and just add that on my own. This is a powder highlighter. And this is Milk Makeup's Flex highlighter. I have my name Blitzed, and it is a phenomenal highlighter. Here I'm using Covergirl's Prosecco Pop Ultra Matte Liquid Lip, and it is a stunning shade. I swear I cannot find any other lip liner like this. They're too warm, too neutral, too dark, and this is just like the perfect tone. Bear with me. Now this has alcohol in it, so when a setting spray has alcohol in it, usually it's better to use as a setting spray than a primer spray. And if you're curious as to why I do like this, I'm trying to block it from hitting my earrings because I don't want the spray to mess my earrings up. I didn't feel it on my forehead. And after I do this, there's one last thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this Creme Shop powder. It's called Translucent. Reminds me of the Hourglass one, like this. And I'm just going to hit the spots where it might look too oily. So, anyway guys, I'm gonna go. Enough rambling on. I will see you on the next video.